Welcome to the Art Piece Experiment. We're your hosts, two artists and friends. I'm Tasha.
And I'm Brianna.
At the end of 2024, we decided we wanted to cultivate more safety, peace, love, alignment, and excitement through our art and our art practices.
So here we are sharing our journey with you, and we're so excited you're here. We hope you enjoy our conversations. They're honest, raw, just two friends talking to each other about the realities of life and creativity. We're so excited for you to join us and be along with us for the journey.
First quarter check-in.
Woohoo!
We made it 3 months into the art piece experiment.
We did it. Way to go.
Yay! I feel like celebrating. How are you feeling? How has it gone for you? I want to hear all about it.
It's gone really well. I was thinking about it earlier this morning, and I was thinking, not to get too personal, but this time of life for me is really, really difficult. And we started the experiment at the same time that all the difficult started, right? And so it's been really interesting because the experiment has really helped. It's been really hard, but then also really amazing with the experiment and those two going on at the same time. And so it's been, I guess, kind of like a testament to me that, reinforced to me that our creativity and tapping into that part of ourselves is so important, and it makes such a huge difference. No matter what we're going through, it is so important, and it really, really helps.
Yeah. So we have the 3 phases, right? Create, align, and connect. The three phases, rhythms, parts of the experiment. And really wanted to design it to just work together and to get really intentional about letting it be a boost or something grounding or
working with our natural flows of life and not against it, not to add anything extra, but to be a source of release and flow and peace and connection with yourself and with others, and to be a help in life and not another task.
Right. It's interesting because I look back at the art that I created in the past and the growth, the emotional growth and healing and everything that I've had, through, the time of creating those pieces and the impact that it had. And it definitely helped. It was definitely a support, but then what a difference it's made with really using it intentionally.
I think, I was kind of journaling about this yesterday, and I think, we were doing this intuitively a little bit, just because we could feel that it was, we were feeling drawn to it. We were feeling drawn to creation and that was something that we needed. But it really has made a huge difference with doing it with the intentionality, like you said, and doing it with a purpose in mind of connecting with ourselves and checking in and having that mindfulness aspect to it, and letting it be a joy instead of and letting go of all the pressure, right? Letting go of all the pressure and all the perfectionism, and just creating from a place of connection and a place of joy and peace. That's the goal, right? And so it doesn't happen every time for me, but but that's the goal. That's what we're trying for. And so aiming for that and going into creating with that intentional practice. And then also, throughout the days, even if I'm not creating, having that mindset of wanting to check in with myself and wanting to do things that help me feel better, right? And help me feel connected to myself and to others. That's been huge. It's been so impactful.
Right? Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about it. I mean, as we're, leading up to the quarter check-in, I've been really like just taking time to ponder about it and throughout this whole, 3 months through this process, um, we just realized like I don't know how long it would have taken me to get to the point that I am now,
Mm.
without this.
Yeah.
Because like my whole life, I've always told myself like I can't watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
Watercolor painting is too scary. Like, all of those limiting beliefs of I'm not talented enough, it's
Mm-hmm.
too hard, I can't figure it out. Um, it's too scary. Like it just
Yeah,
all
all
of
the
all of
things.
the things. And um there was something really encouraging and special about having a friend
Yeah.
like cheer me
Mm-hmm.
on and be like, "No, you're amazing. You can totally do this."
Mm.
And like it's something you've been wanting to do and
Go
just
for it. Yeah.
having that nurturing and support
Yeah.
was really impactful and
Mm.
really made a huge difference. And having that built in to this experiment helped me be brave.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, which is really cool. And then like another layer on top of that. Like that's I needed that gentle support to get started,
Yeah.
right? But then what really helped keep me going, I took the first little steps,
Yeah.
of actually doing it. And then I had that kind of reward of like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. You're doing so good. Like this is wonderful. From you. And then on top of that with the journaling
Mm-hmm.
and realizing just a deeper layer and connection to myself because I've been letting myself just draw what I want to draw
Mm-hmm.
and what I feel like interested in, connected in, or connected to, and then um, would sit down and pick a sketch. Like I would just have a couple ready to go, and then pick a sketch on one of my painting days and get to work on it. And then I would look up the symbolism of what I was painting and why and like why I like combined certain elements together
Mm-hmm.
and realized just how on top of it my intuition was of
Mm.
like, oh, this is actually a story of what I'm personally going through right now.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, this is cool. Like it felt like magic.
What? Yeah.
Like that was cool. And that was just another layer of it. Like wanting to keep going because it
Yeah.
did it did feel like a little bit of magic. Like it was
Yeah.
really interesting.
I love that. That's so cool. And I think that's another like confirmation of how powerful art is in our lives, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, I love that, the symbolism and the connection and just following your intuition and then later realizing how aligned that was with what you needed in that moment, right?
Right.
It's powerful. And I think we all have that ability. We all have that inside of us because we all have intuition, right? Like
Right.
our bodies and our subconscious and like we know what we need, even if we
Hmm.
can't consciously tell what we need in the moment, right?
Right.
But if we lean into those little feelings and those little whispers of,
Mm.
of our intuition, then it always leads us to the right place. It always leads us
Yeah.
into more alignment with ourselves.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think that's what this experiment is really showing us, personally, like
Yeah.
it's been really great in that way already. And it's only 3 months. So it's
Only
like, woohoo,
I
let's keep going.
know. I know. It feels like it went by so
Yeah,
quickly.
it feels like we
3
just
months.
started.
When we first started, it felt like we would never get here. It was like,
Hmm.
will we will we keep showing up for ourselves?
Yeah,
Will we keep showing up for each other?
right.
Will, like
There was a lot of
a
like
lot of
fear and
doubts.
doubt with
Yeah.
that. I think for both of us
Yeah. I mean, part of it is because
internally that we were like trying to not show each other.
right. It's like, yeah, of course I'm
Well,
gonna show up for you.
we'll be
Yeah, of course
here.
we're gonna do this. But I mean, life, like you said, there are different behind the scenes life things going on
Yeah.
that it's like, can we handle it all?
Yeah.
Can I keep showing up for myself?
Can we add this to the list of things to do, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
on top of our load already. But the crazy thing is it hasn't really felt like, I mean, some days it has, I guess, but like okay, I'll speak for myself. When I have been in that place of I'm just gonna let go and do
yeah,
this, it has not felt like another thing added onto my list of things to do. Like it hasn't
right.
felt overwhelming. It's felt like a breath of fresh air, you
Yeah, it's like
know?
a little reset of,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just gonna come back to myself and connect.
Yeah.
And it feels very grounding.
Mhm.
And for us, it's interesting because we have a few different parts of it. We have the creating the art,
Yeah.
and then, the journaling. And then, for us, we're recording the
Yeah.
podcast and like week to week getting together and do this. And I feel like this part of it was just another layer of like, this is scary and this is hard.
For
And
sure.
can
Yeah.
we do this, let alone show up for the art every week? Can we
Yeah.
can we show up this way? Um, and I'm really proud of us
I am too. I
that
am
we
too.
have. I mean, it's cool because both of us are very quiet
Introverted.
and
Yeah.
shy. Yes, introverted. Get us out into into the public, into the wild world. And I'm kind of a wallflower and kind of
Yeah, like
like
to be behind the scenes a little bit
behind the
more than,
scenes,
yeah,
like you get together
front
with a
and
group of
center.
people and I'm just gonna listen to the conversation rather than
Mhm.
really add to it.
Yeah.
And like a year ago, if someone told me that I would be working on recording a podcast, I'd be like, that is the
Yeah,
most
right.
ridiculous thing I have ever heard. I would never do that. That's too scary.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Not something I would ever feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I know you're the same
Yep,
way.
same.
So I don't know. I think it's cool that we're like, you know what? Our voice matters
Yeah.
and what we have to say and what we think and all of that, like it has its place.
Yeah, and we believe so deeply in this
Yeah.
that we're gonna show up even though we're a little scared, like through the
Mm-hmm.
fear
Through the fear.
and through the
Yeah.
doubts, self-doubts, and all of it. And I think that's really strengthened as we, through the doing, right? That's where
Mm-hmm.
confidence comes, is through the doing. And showing up scared anyways.
Yeah.
Um, and then I feel like giving ourselves that permission too, um, that was what happened. Like we gave ourselves
Mm.
that permission and we're like, you know what? We're just gonna do it and we're gonna do it messy and imperfectly
And
and
scared
scared,
and
but we're gonna try and let go
yeah.
and just have fun with it,
Yeah. And it has been
and be
fun,
ourselves. Yeah, and it really has. And
which is
it's
great.
yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. So any other revelations or interesting things happened with, creating, or like tell me a little bit more about the, I guess maybe just like the actual art making.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, tell me more about how that's kind of impacted you.
Yeah, so I haven't been as consistent as I was wanting to be with the
Mm-hmm.
actual art making just because of what's going on. But I I think it's really been more in the mindset,
Mm-hmm.
the main things in the mindset, and um, choosing to take moments for myself and choosing to check in with myself. That's been huge. And then when I do make art, I've been really trying to make it very intentional, like an intentionally a safe space, and surround
Mm-hmm.
myself with things that I love, and lean into making art that I love.
Right.
Um, and I had, this has been a process and a journey of getting to the point of letting myself actually do this, because
Mm-hmm.
I've been so, I think, frozen with fear of everybody else's perceptions, right? Total
Right.
people pleaser over here.
Yeah, that's
And
hard.
it's hard to get through. And so there's been a lot of like internal work happening, right?
Yes.
But with the art making, yeah, I have definitely been trying to be intentional and not worry about what other people might think about it,
Yeah.
and just do the things that I feel really drawn to and that
Hmm.
light me up and that I'm delighted with, right? And
Yeah.
so following that delight, following my intuition, leaning into what I feel drawn to, like those are my main goals with all of this and with the art making. And it's been so much more joyful and so much more freeing when I actually do sit, have the time to sit down and create and or make the time, I should say. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been really good.
Oh, good. I love that. I'm so glad that you shared that
Thanks.
because it's so relatable, especially, starting out, because
Yeah.
that's a lot of what this is getting past the limitations and the blocks and
Yeah.
getting to the root of why is it so hard to show up for the things that are exciting and fun to me?
Yeah. Oh,
Like why is it hard to show up for something is that brings me joy?
yeah.
Um, and a lot of this is about that, rewiring the nervous system
Yeah.
and being able to cultivate that safety.
Mhm.
And a lot of it is in those like mindset blocks and there's a lot of trauma. I mean,
Mm.
it's often small, like small trauma is what they call it, right?
Yeah.
Um, you're not like in a war zone, but
Yeah, right.
emotionally, the little cutting remarks and
Yeah, put downs or
put
just
downs or not getting the recognition or that you needed as a child when you're like,
mhm.
here's my picture that I painted. It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's nice, but you need to focus on your math or you
Yeah,
know
yeah, right.
just all those little things that just add up, and getting past that is huge, and it's a constant work in progress.
Yeah. I was actually journaling. This was what I was journaling about yesterday,
Okay.
which is so funny. But I was reflecting on that a lot and where I was like 7 years ago. When I really first
Mm,
started this journey of coming back to myself, I guess, and connecting with my creative side. And I was writing about the nervous system and those limiting beliefs and how important it is to um like how we are wired for connection with
mhm.
people. And so any sort of rejection of the things that we like or things that we resonate with, it feels like a rejection of ourselves, right? Of
Yeah.
us. And
Yeah.
because when we connect with something, when we love something, when we resonate with something, that's kind of a reflection of our soul, like of us,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
inner world, our inner workings, and what
Mhm.
makes us unique and what makes us, right?
Right.
Ourselves. And so when that is rejected or somebody doesn't like it or
It's just not
it's not,
celebrated. Sometimes
yeah,
it's
exactly, then it can feel like a rejection of us personally. And then because we are so wired um, for connection and
and needing to
safety and
fit
the need
in
to fit
and
in so that
yeah.
we're with our tribe and it's life or death. That's just how our minds and bodies are biologically wired. And so when that rejection happens and we feel like, oh, that is a part of us and that was rejected, then we shut it down,
Right.
right?
Right.
Those protection walls come up. And so often if we've had that often enough, right? If that has
Mhm.
happened, that's what we learn. That's our new way of functioning, and
Right. And it's not always a conscious thought
exactly,
either. It's
exactly,
just what lives in your body.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's why so often, I mean, this happened for me. I would look at something that I felt drawn to that I really really did want to do, like making art, like
Right.
painting. And I'd be like, oh, but that's for somebody else, or oh, I can't do that. I would just be an automatic, automatic immediate shutdown
Yeah.
with some
Limiting yourself.
excuse, limiting, or sometimes even it would be like resentment, where it'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's for this kind of person and I'm not, like,
Yeah. Or
and or
jealousy
jealousy,
or
right?
yeah.
Exactly. And so, um, it's been really interesting going through this, these past years of slow progress
Mhm.
and baby steps towards where I am now, with recognizing this, because it's
Yeah.
hard to recognize.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a sprint, right?
Yeah,
Like the art piece experiment, it's not meant to be a sprint. It's meant to be, a marathon. It's meant to
yeah,
be sustainable and like really build in that safety that we haven't had before.
yeah.
And it's taking that time to be like, I am gifting this to myself
Mm,
because I am worthy of it and I
mhm,
deserve it. And, the world needs the best version of me,
mhm.
and my daughter needs the best version of me.
Yeah,
And I deserve to be able to show up for myself that way too. And,
yeah,
I'm talking about this as like I and me, but anybody, like
yeah,
you listening to this, the world deserves, the best version of you, and you deserve the best version of you.
yeah. This was something that I wrote yesterday, and I'm, paraphrasing from memory, but it, when we tap into our creativity, that is when we are our fullest self.
Uh-huh.
And our fullest self is our best self,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so it's more than just picking up a paintbrush, or, getting out your old tap shoes, or, it's more than the
Right.
thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
It's the becoming,
Yeah. It's
right?
that
It's the
energy
way of
you're bringing to
being.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that. Yeah. It's interesting because through this process, I really wanted to open myself up to this like limitless energy
Mm,
and just like I don't want to hold myself back in fear
yeah.
anymore. Which is why I was like, okay, I'm going to do the watercolors.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first it was I just want to do traditional mediums and just explore and figure out which ones I like,
Mm-hmm.
because that felt really exciting and fun to me. And then as I got started, I realized, okay, I'm really like leaning into the watercolor, and I'm
Yeah.
really in like weirdly enjoying it. But also, I think part of the reason that I did enjoy it is because it did feel so empowering. Of
Mm.
like, oh, maybe I can do this.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's something
this,
you've been wanting to for a long time
yeah.
and looking at from far away.
And like admiring from, yeah, in a
Yeah.
distance and like admiring other artists who could,
Yeah.
and then just being like, oh, but I can't. And I'm like, no, no more of that. No
Mm.
more. Like, there's a reason I'm drawn to this. Like it seems fun, it seems interesting and cool to me. There's a spider on my wall, and I just keep
Oh no.
looking at it like, oh, okay. Sorry. Speaking of fear, oh my gosh, really
You're
being
so
put through the
brave.
test here. Thank you. It's luckily a little one.
Yeah.
If it was a big one, we might have to pause.
Take care of it.
Brianna, get rid of it for me. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Uh, yeah. So, anyways, showing up with that like limitless energy of, I, and it takes just a little bit of courage, each
Yeah.
week, a little
Mm.
bit of courage to show up with the paintbrush and the watercolor,
Mm-hmm.
and making marks on that expensive paper,
Yeah, right.
using the expensive paints that I've had in storage for several years, but I've been too scared to use because, oh, what
Mm-hmm.
if I waste it? Oh, no, what if I'm not good enough? And then, showing up, like I said, for the podcast and actually using voice
Yeah.
and having expression both in, visually what I think is beautiful and what I get excited about seeing
Yeah.
and what I want, in my home, and
Mm.
then, talking about the things that are important to me, and,
Mm-hmm.
just showing up in all of these different ways. And then what's really interesting that happened is through this process, I had this experience, which again is very personal, and I'm not going to share exactly what happened, but the idea of it is, working on this process, I had a memory and like realization come to me of like a past trauma that I had completely suppressed.
Yeah.
And didn't even like realize. And so I've been able to start working through that. And it's something that I didn't consciously realize, and yet it's been holding me back in really significant ways for years and years. And like it's been so powerful to be able to actually start releasing that and healing from it and working through
Yeah.
it. And it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time, but
Yeah.
just having that start, because I gave myself the permission
Mm.
of, you know what, I'm strong and I'm capable and I can handle the scary things and I can grow and I'm ready to. It's just,
Ah, I love that. That is powerful.
right? And who would have thought just from sitting down and painting every
Right?
week that it can have that big of an impact? But it really is the energy you're bringing to it and showing up for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. And that, yeah, that permission, like you said, and that release,
Yeah.
release of the blocks, release of the pressure, and yeah, that's amazing. I was thinking while you were talking about using your voice, and it it is still hard for me uh, to use my voice. Journaling is really hard for me,
Yeah.
even though it's just to myself. Like I
Right.
struggle with that, right? And
Yeah.
and so it's been something that we initially started out, with, and that was the goal, and it's been hard.
Yeah.
And I have not wanted to do it. I'll sit down and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh. But yesterday, like the last couple of weeks, it's been warming up, right? As we've been using our voices in this way in the podcast, and we've been talking more, and I don't know, just like through the process. Then yesterday I was able to finally sit down and I wrote like 5 pages. Yeah, it was like
What?
a lot.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
amazing.
it felt like that release. And so it's, yeah, like you said, it's a process, right?
Yeah.
It's a process. It's not all at once, and we're not going to get it just because we have the idea or the goal to
Right.
be here, where it's going to take practice and it's going to take time, which is absolutely fine.
It's okay.
That's absolutely the way that it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because if we just like had the thought, I want to be this way, and then pop, we were that way,
Right.
right? It would
Right.
just, that's not realistic.
No, it's not. I mean, we had the idea for this back in November,
Right.
right? And it's May now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, okay, kick off the new year running. Like, we're gonna start January 1st. This is gonna be a thing. And then
Mm-hmm.
it came to January 1st and we were not ready.
Yeah.
Like it took some prep work to just be like getting to the place of showing up to be
Yeah.
able to do this.
Internally. Yeah. Internal prep work.
Yeah, so we didn't end up starting until like the last week of February, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what a shame it would have been if we had stopped ourselves, because it's like, well, we weren't ready in January and we
We
didn't
missed our deadline,
we missed
right?
our deadline, and then it took like 2 more months after that. Like it was like
Mm-hmm.
what, 4 months in?
Mm-hmm.
No, more like 3 months that we really, am I doing the math right?
Yeah, I
The
think
end
so.
of November, okay, to the end of February,
Mm-hmm.
to actually get to a place that we really got started.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and how sad would it have been if it's
Yeah.
like, well, I didn't start on this like self-imposed deadline and it didn't
Mm-hmm.
get going, and like, it's so easy. At least past me would have been like, oh, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's not like I can't stick to my goals. I can't, I
Yeah, I
would have,
remember us being like, "Oh no, we didn't do it," and we're like
yeah,
taking so long. But really, I mean, 3 months from conception to starting, that's not a long
it's
time.
really not that
Like
long.
when you look back, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, actually, it's not that big of a deal, right?
yeah, yeah. I
And I
mean,
feel like
in the
so
moment,
often, yeah, in the moment, we're like, "Oh no,"
like we missed the week. Oh no, we missed. And now, we're 3 months into it. We haven't shared anything on social media,
Right.
but it really is that matter of, okay, we're taking it one thing at a time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, okay, we started actually creating the, like, we took those like prep months of what really do we want this to be, and can we be
Yeah.
showing up, to create the art, and can we journal, and like
Yeah.
it took some time to
What's
figure
realistic
out,
for us?
yeah, and to get a little more clarity on what this thing
What we wanted to
was.
be. Yeah. What do we wanted to do with
um,
it?
yeah, because we knew we wanted to do an art um, like challenge basically,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of had that goal of, we didn't we didn't really have the, like, the conscious thought and clarity of wanting to build safety in the art practice.
It
Like,
was one of those things that it was like that it was inside of us, and
yeah,
that was where our intuition was leading us,
that
but
was the core of it.
it wasn't conscious yet.
Yeah, it took
Yeah.
some time to, yeah, it took some time to like get there. And then when we got there, it was more settled of like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is what we're
Yep.
doing. This is what we're wanting.
Exactly. But again, clarity and confidence only came by doing, by taking
Taking steps.
steps, and we're going towards it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, we say, we officially started like the last week of February, but, through January, we weren't necessarily showing up consistently week to week, but we were starting that process of showing
Yeah.
up,
Mm-hmm.
getting
And there was a lot
together,
of
talking
brainstorming.
about things,
Yeah.
working through it. Like, we were a little bit, making art. Like, I was pulled out my watercolors and I was making little marks in like a sketchbook that
Mm-hmm.
was like not nice paper, right? But it was just that first steps. And then when it got time to be like, okay, no, we're actually officially starting this week, we're gonna paint, we're gonna get together and record, we're gonna actually, you know,
Yeah.
do the things that we said we were gonna do.
Yeah.
It's like I had built up a little bit of the, just like a little bit of that resilience, a little bit of that courage.
Mm.
And it was like, okay, I'm gonna actually, like, break out the nice paper
Yeah.
this week. But it wasn't, it would be unfair to say that we just started from scratch that week.
Yeah, because that I don't think that's well, I guess that's not how I operate usually at
Yeah,
all. Like,
no.
I feel like it is all in the little steps that are
Yeah.
mostly unseen,
Right.
There's a lot to be said by that invisible work,
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on underneath and a lot of prep work and before the visible work
Right.
is seen. So, yeah, and it's all valid.
It totally
It
is.
That's probably the most important work, right?
Yeah.
That's essential. You can't skip that part.
Yeah, I mean, you could get bogged down on, oh, I didn't create a piece of artwork every single week of the, I mean, neither one of us did. Like,
Yeah,
neither one
no.
of us completed an artwork every single week of
Mhm.
these past 3 months, but every week we did show up for ourselves in some way towards this goal. And
Mhm.
now looking back at it all, it's like, wow,
Look at what we
look
did.
at what we did. And just how I feel about myself,
Yeah.
complete change in the past 3 months.
That's really the most like important part of this.
Yeah,
It's not about what we did.
right.
It's about how we have changed as people,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
individuals, and how
which I
we've
love.
grown because we're going towards growth. That's what
Hmm.
it is.
Yeah, yeah, so interesting. And the thing that I didn't do very much of was the journaling.
Yeah.
I did some of it,
Well, good. I'm
I
glad. That
did
makes
some
me
of
feel
it.
validated.
Yeah, like I didn't show up like 100%. I didn't
Yeah.
create art every week and journal every week. And we did show up for the recording every week, which
We did.
I'm great.
Well, actually not even that because we had some weeks where we didn't and then we like made up,
Yeah,
some
but we
episodes.
did,
So,
like, we made up, like
yeah, yeah.
we made it work. We made it
Mhm.
work with the crazy schedules
But
and the
even then,
kids,
it
and
was like it wasn't every Friday, at this like sometimes
yeah,
life just doesn't always work on schedule and that's okay. And
that's okay.
that's what the whole thing about this is how do we still show up amidst craziness and
Yeah.
life and imperfection and still move
Mhm.
forward, right? In the
Yeah.
direction that we want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's flexibility and
Right.
resiliency and just
Yeah.
and gumption. That was the word that came to mind.
Gumption. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because,
Continuing, keep going,
yeah,
keep showing up.
I didn't journal every week, but I did have that introspection. every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Partially because I felt a little forced to because we were going to get together and talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Same.
like, oh, I have to have something interesting to say to Brianna when she comes over.
I gotta think about what's happening.
But that's been helpful.
It has.
Even
Yeah.
though I didn't actually put pen to paper.
There were some times where it was a little overwhelming. It was like, oh no. But
yeah,
it actually ended up being really helpful and
mm,
really good.
immensely,
Yeah. Just
right.
really, really positive.
Yeah. Okay, so second quarter,
Mm-hmm.
the next 3 months, is there anything you're hoping to do differently, or I don't really want to say better, but like show up more of in certain ways? It's a better way of
Yeah.
saying that. Like, what are you hoping for? I mean, we are going into summer for us. The
Yeah, we're
kids
going into
are
summer. So
almost gonna be
I
home.
think the main hope for me is to just keep going, like
Yeah.
stay on the course that I have been on
Yeah.
and keep showing up. And just looking for the spider.
Sorry, I had to check. It was over me, and like I asked you a question, and then I'm like, wait, where is it? It's fine. We're okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So no, it's okay. So keep showing up. That's my main goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. And I'm hoping to get my daughter involved.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was like, and it would be really, really good to kind of, you know, involve my people, right? Like the people that I'm with. So if you don't have kids, that's okay. Like maybe if it feels safe and if you want to incorporating the people that you are around and that you love and into what you're doing and what lights you up, I think that there's power in that, if especially if when they're a safe person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, incorporating, figuring out how to incorporate it with uh with parenting time and like
Yeah.
parent being in mom mode and in connection mode, and how can we connect with our kids
Right.
when we're connecting with ourselves as well, and like make that full
Yeah.
circle kind of moment, because like
I love
I
that.
said earlier, our best self is our full self, right? So
Yep.
I think so often we try to compartmentalize who we are depending
Yeah.
on situations and who we're with.
Right.
And so being able to show up fully as our full self.
Yeah, and shifting away from that checklist mentality and
Yeah.
just to
being
the
present.
being.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I guess one of my goals on top of that, which I love, is I do want to try to journal a little bit more
Yeah.
because I did notice a difference when I actually, sat down and worked on that.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about The Artist Way by Julia Beck, I believe is her name.
I forget her name, but I know what you're talking
It's
about.
Julia. It's Julia something. I always want to say Julia Child, and I'm like, she's not.
That's
That's
wrong.
not
The wrong Julia.
But yeah, Julia Beck. Anyways, I've been thinking a lot about that because I read that like 7 years ago at the beginning of my journey, and I'm wanting to revisit it again now in this
we should
mindset. Yeah. And she talks about doing morning pages, which is journaling,
right,
first thing in the morning and just like getting it out. The timing doesn't work for me. And so but I still want to kind of incorporate that idea
yeah,
and journal and just like brain dump, get it out, right? I think I'm feeling more ready to release some of that. So
yay, I'm so happy for you. That's exciting.
Thank you.
I mean, I know that's a big deal, so
it is. It's been hard. So
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that this has actually been helpful for both of us.
Me too.
It would have been kind of disappointing if it was like,
what a bummer that would have been.
Well, never mind. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. Like, no, this has actually made profound differences and impact.
More than we even thought it would.
Yeah.
Or realized that it could.
Yeah.
So
cool.
So cool.
Yay.
We're excited to keep going, and we're excited that you're joining us and here along the journey.
We love having you here. We love having more community. I mean, we haven't even shared anything yet, so we're just hoping that there's going to be somebody listening and there's some community here.
Yeah, maybe it's our 3-month marker. 3 months to prep to start it, 3 months to do it, and then 3 months to share. I don't know.
I guess
We'll start sharing soon.
That's the big goal, though, is to actually start
sharing consistently. Yeah. So stay tuned. We're gonna start sharing.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, we've done it.
We did it.
Yay.
So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you can keep hearing our conversations and follow along our journey. And
we want to celebrate you too.
That's right. And we'll see you next time. That's it for today, friend. Thanks for spending this time with us. We hope you're leaving with a little more light, a little more peace, and maybe even a nudge to go be creative, just because it brings a little more joy to your life. If anything in this episode spoke to your heart, sparked a thought, or made you smile, we'd love it if you'd follow the show, leave a quick 5-star review, or share it with someone who might need a little creative encouragement too. And remember, your creativity matters. Your voice matters. You matter. We're cheering you on always. Until next time, keep making, keep softening, and keep showing up as your whole beautiful self.